Hey, welcome back to Everyday Jesus. My name is Derek. I'm so glad you're here with me today. One thing I've been thinking a lot about is just the concept of gratitude and the practice of gratitude. Our family's been just making a nightly ritual before our daughters go to bed of singing what we call the thankful song. It's just every night we all go around and think of something that we're thankful for that day. And, a lot of times I have a hard time thinking of something. Even today, we met with some people and we were doing some discussion questions, and we were supposed to come up with a moment of gratitude that we had, and kind of talk about what we think the Lord wanted for us in those times. And I found myself having a really hard time thinking about a specific instance. And as I processed that out, it just began to occur to me that the Lord has been doing such a work in us, so as to just be almost too common for us. Gratitude seems too common to pick out a specific thing. Over and over in Scripture, the Bible tells us to be thankful, to give thanks to the Lord. Especially in the Old Testament, he tells his people time and time again, give thanks for what I've done. Remember what I've done. Jesus doesn't actually talk or teach about it a lot, but he does model thanking the Lord for circumstances, or thanking him for giving them food. Or he even, at one point when he's raising Lazarus from the dead, before he does it, he thanks the Lord that he's heard him. And so, even modern science is kind of talking about the effects of gratitude in our brains and what that does to our chemistry. And in psychology, we'll talk a lot about the power of gratitude. And it is a powerful thing. And so, as I was thinking today, I think what the Lord wants to do is help us to realize that everything that we have is from him. Jesus says, don't worry about anything, because the Father knows what you need. The Father has you. He will provide all that you need. So essentially what he's saying, give thanks in everything, in all circumstances. He tells us to rejoice when we're persecuted or when we go through trials because of him. And then that's another way of saying, be thankful, have gratitude for the Lord and who you are in him and what he's doing in you. Even if your circumstances look hard, or even if your circumstances are unideal. One thing that he's been doing in us, I think, is just growing that mindset of gratitude, of being thankful for what he is doing in our lives, even when things around us seem to be shaken or crumbling or just not turning out the way we want. I had a hard time answering that question, because when I look back and think, even the past couple of years, just struggles and difficult times that we've had, I still am full of gratitude for what the Lord has done and is doing in so many of those circumstances. Following Jesus isn't about thinking that everything is just going to be great all the time. It's not. He promises us persecution. He promises that things won't go well sometimes. But he also promises that he'll be with us in those struggles, in those trials. And if that's not something to be grateful for, to be thankful for, I don't know what is. And so I want to encourage you today to be thankful and grateful for what you have. And that sounds like such a trite thing, but what I want to do in my own life, and what the Lord has been doing in my life, is just giving me an overwhelming sense of gratitude. So much so that I can point to and think of times that are frustrations or challenges or difficulties, but in them I see he is helping me to see where he is in it, how it's a good thing, where I need to be grateful in those times, and where I can be what I can be thankful for in times of struggle. And that just transforms all of those things. And it's important that we know that we have that ability, that we can learn and grow into being grateful for what we have. This morning I was kind of praying through some of these things, and just the idea came that if we can't be grateful for what we do have, nothing will ever be enough. We are not promised everything that we want. We're not promised ease and comfort and smooth sailing all the time. But the Lord promises us Himself and His presence and His Spirit indwelling us if we are His followers, if we've given everything to Him. And giving everything to Him is just a recognition that everything that we have is from Him. Man, that causes gratitude. No matter what we have, whether it's a little bit or a lot. And when we realize that we have Him, we realize that is everything. That's all we need. So what would we be missing, right? What can we say we're missing if we have Jesus, if we're following Him, if our lives and our characters are being shaped and transformed by Him, and if He is living and working out His life through us, what can we be missing? And what is it that we can't be grateful for? So yeah, I just encourage you with that today. If you're following Jesus, continue to learn. Ask Him to show you even just the physical things and circumstances in your life that you can be grateful for. But also ask Him to just continue working in your life in such a way that you see His life working through you. And give thanks for that. Maybe there are big things, big circumstances and situations in your life where you can see that He's done amazing work. Thank Him again for that today. And ask Him to show you those areas of your life where you might be grumbling or dissatisfied or ungrateful. We all have those. Ask Him to carve those away and just fill your life with gratitude. And if you don't follow Jesus today, I just remind you, or I want to help you see that the very breath you are breathing right now is from Him. The very light in your eyes, everything that you have, all the blessings that you've been given, even if you don't believe in Him, everything that you have is from your Maker. And all He wants, in one sense, is for you to acknowledge that and say, thank you. Everything I have is from you. And so therefore, everything I have and am is for you. That's what it means in many ways to follow Jesus, is to submit to Him, because everything we have is from Him. And so if we give that back to Him, He takes it and He gives us full, new, real, and lasting life. And that builds in us and grows in us a heart of gratitude and joy and peace and all of the things that He says His Spirit will produce in us if we follow Him, if we give back to Him what He's given to us. Because when we try to take it, when we try to keep it, when we try to use it as our own, and when we grumble about what we don't have, it will never be enough. And everything that we don't have will consume us and kill us eventually. We see this all through Scripture. Jesus is calling you to come and be grateful to Him. Be grateful to Him for what you have and the past things, even through struggles, where He has brought you and preserved you. But also for what He is going to do, what He wants to do in your life. The first step is to say, thank you for my life. And thank you for the life that you want to pour into me. He wants to do that for you today. Even if you take that first step and just say, Jesus, I believe that it's you that has given me everything, and I thank you for it. And I offer it back to you. That's the heart of gratitude. Just thanking the sky or being thankful isn't enough. Your Maker calls you to thank Him and give to Him all that you've been given. And He will give you life in return. So thank you for being here with me today as we follow Jesus, as we seek Him. Bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.